Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in less than 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. Today we are talking about everything from President Trump's lawyers to the latest test on Netflix. Those stories and many more in less than 10 minutes. I'm Erica Mandy. Today is Monday, August 20th. You ready? Let's do this. We start today with a couple of updates about President Trump's lawyers. First, sources told the New York Times that charges against the president's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, could come by the end of this month. Remember, federal investigators are looking into possible bank and tax fraud and checking if any campaign finance laws were broken. It's not clear yet exactly what charges Cohen will actually face and whether or not he's made any sort of plea deal. There's also a lot of talk today about President Trump's current lawyer, Rudy Giuliani. He went on NBC's Meet the Press yesterday and said, quote, "Truth isn't truth." It reminded some people of another Trump aide using the term alternative facts. Well, this time the host pressed Giuliani on it, saying there's only one real truth. But Giuliani explained what he meant, that the truth is not clear when two people say two different things. His point was to argue against investigators interviewing President Trump in the Russia investigation, saying it just won't help. President Trump has said never mind to putting on a military parade he was originally planning for November. CNBC had reported the estimated price tag for it would be $92 million. President Trump then said it's not worth the cost, and he blamed local officials in D.C., who later pushed back. And then just yesterday, the Office of Management and Budget Director told Fox News the decision to scrap the parade wasn't really just about the money, or he would have been part of that decision. But he didn't say the other possible factors either. Either way, it seems the military parade won't be happening, at least not this year, maybe in 2019. One of the first women to publicly accuse producer Harvey Weinstein of sexual assault has reportedly faced her own accuser in the past. The New York Times says it has documents showing Italian actress and director Asia Argento quietly paid off a young male actor who accused her of sexually assaulting him when he was just 17. She was in her 30s. Neither Argento or the other actor commented for this story. It's being called the worst flooding in a century in southern India, and it's forced hundreds of thousands of people to leave their homes. CBS News reports more than 350 people have died. Officials in southern India say the weather is at least getting better, and 10,000 people still stranded are now expected to be rescued today. The amount of violence in Afghanistan has gone up in the past week, and now the Taliban has reportedly taken more than 100 people hostage there. The AP reports the hostages were taken even though Afghan officials just called for a ceasefire with the Taliban. They were hoping for peace in time for the Muslim Eid al-Adha holiday this week. Now it seems that peace won't be happening. But separately, Muslims across the world will be celebrating with loved ones. Eid al-Adha is the most important festival in the Islamic calendar. It's also called the Feast of Sacrifice. All right, some other things people may be talking about today. Facebook could face a federal lawsuit. The company is accused of helping landlords and home sellers discriminate. The Washington Post reports the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, known as HUD, filed a complaint against Facebook. It says the ad settings on Facebook let sellers target their ads to certain demographics, and it violates the Fair Housing Act. Advertisers can apparently choose to target or avoid people with a certain race, gender, or religion, or even certain interests like mobility scooters or parenting. Facebook says not so fast, that the tools may sometimes get misused, but the policies are clear. Discrimination is not allowed, and that Facebook will keep working to improve its systems. Twitter is admitting it has not figured out the whole fake news thing, as in stopping false information from spreading on its platform. In fact, CEO Jack Dorsey told CNN he considers it dangerous for a company like his to try and decide what is and isn't the truth. He also talked about how Twitter is questioning everything it does right now, even how it displays follower counts and how it measures the quality of a conversation on Twitter. He says we're working on it. But some critics say his interview on CNN was more about philosophy than really taking action to solve real problems. Also today, some lighter news about Twitter. Some high school football games will soon be shown live on Twitter starting next month. The Verge reports Adidas is teaming up with Twitter to make this happen. They're launching a series called Friday Night Stripes. It will be 8 games of high school football streamed live, and it'll even have play-by-play commentary. The high school teams involved with this will be nationally ranked ones from California, Nevada, Indiana, Georgia, and Florida. It starts September 7th. You may hear talk of Netflix testing out commercials, but it's only sort of true, depending on what you consider a commercial. Netflix says it's testing out what it calls recommendations, video promos for other Netflix programming. They won't pop up in the middle of a show or anything, but you might see them between episodes if you're binge watching. Netflix says you can skip these promos, but some subscribers have reported not being able to skip them, and they are not a fan of this idea. But again, it's just a test. We'll see if it sticks. A movie with a well-known actor did not do so well at the box office over the weekend. The Hollywood Reporter says The Billionaire Boys Club with actor Kevin Spacey only made $287 in 2 days. Really, $287. That would be something like 30 tickets sold total. Remember, several people have accused Spacey of sexual harassment or assault, so the movie ended up going to video on demand first, and it was sort of quietly released in only about 10 theaters. But let's now talk about the winner at the box office this weekend, the one I mentioned on Friday, Crazy Rich Asians. Variety reports the romantic comedy did even better than expectations, bringing in $34 million in its first 5 days. It's the first major studio film in more than 2 decades to feature a nearly all-Asian American cast. The MTV Video Music Awards are on tonight. There's actually no specific host of the VMAs this year, but expect plenty of presenters and performers like Jennifer Lopez, Nicki Minaj, and Ariana Grande. Rapper Cardi B has the most nominations this year with 10, including Video and Artist of the Year. And Time reports if Beyoncé wins again, she'll break her own record as the most awarded VMAs artist in history. And just like last year, many of the categories are now gender neutral. The VMAs are happening at New York's Radio City Music Hall tonight. The pre-show on MTV starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time with the main event at 9. And that's it. You are all caught up. Thank you so much for listening each day. And remember, if you want to read more about any of the news stories we talked about today, check out the show notes. You can find them at thenewsworthy.com. Just click episodes and find today's date. The Newsworthy is ready for you to listen every weekday by 4 in the morning Eastern Time. So we will chat again tomorrow. Have a great day.